Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Making a shot maker with AB. So the price of lead shot is like skyrocketing for people who shoot shotguns. There are people who reload, and if you buy the factory shot, this is 7.5. I mean, it's beautifully graphited and perfectly round, all that good stuff. But this stuff right here is, about $65 for 25 pounds. So I decided that I was going to try to make my own shot, and there's a lot of, not a lot, but a couple of companies that make these commercially, I guess, for sale. And they're about $450 to get a running version of one. But I decided to make one myself, and this is actually a water access port for a commercial building. So if you're a plumber and you're mounting this in a brick wall on a commercial job site, and you open it up, and it's got a water faucet right here, and it's got a special lock. Takes a special key that goes through here, but I put a little wood dowel on it. It's brass, galvanized coated brass, cast brass. So what you do is you melt your lead in here, and you take it through these tiny little holes down here. Now, I kind of improvised what I was going to use, what they call shot drippers. And the different size holes in these little drippers determines the size shot you get. Well, I want 7 to 7.5 shots, so the hole that it has to come out of is like a 0.5 millimeter hole. And that is a tiny, tiny drill bit. If you look closely here, that's a tiny, tiny hole. Not focus too good on that, but and I have nothing really to chuck up that tiny of a drill bit. So what these are orifices for a gas furnace, or not, a gas stove top. So if you have a gas stove in your house, these are the little orifices, the little jets that the gas shoots out of to light your burners. Very cheap, actually. Like $10 for 10 of them. But to get the ones that they sell commercially are like, $50. So I've got a little bit of work to do on this thing. It had a big hole in the bottom, and I had a fitting here that fit the hole, and it was made out of brass. But what I'm going to do, I believe, is braze this up. I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to try to make it all flush, because a burner, electric stove top burner, has to set up against this, and I want it to sit flush. Then I have to design a ramp, and I was going to cut out of this piece of 12 gauge galvanized sheet metal. And now it is about 2 by 4, but when the shot comes out of these little holes, it has to hit this ramp, and then it makes the shot round before it drops into some coolant, which I'm going to be using fabric softener as a coolant when the hot pellets come out of these drippers. It's going to hit the ramp, drop into that warmed coolant, I think about 130 degrees maybe. I have to preheat that coolant too before that hot lead hits it, and it makes decently round shot. Well, that's the that's going to be the goal. Again, this was free. It's made out of brass, so it should retain the heat pretty dang well. Again, I'm going to pull out these screws here, and I've got some brazing rod, flux coated brazing rod that's coming in from Amazon that I'm going to get my torch out and pull those screws out, braze over the top of them, grind it down, make it nice and smooth. And I'm going to make sure that the bottom is nice and flat. And it's a work in process. So, if I can make a shot that goes like that when it hits the table, I'll be happy. But I doubt that's going to happen. All right, guys. Adios. Part 2. Ooh, run away. Will come sometime. I may have to remelt these down, because you melt these down in here. It flows down to the little drippers and melts, and it comes out. Little bitty BBs. YouTube it. It's kind of cool, actually. All right, adios.